Who here has ever heard their parents say to them, turn off the lights, we don't own the electric company? Anybody? Poor mind, scarcity mind thinking was embedded into your brain, right? Who else here heard money doesn't grow on trees? Oh, yeah, okay, my people are here, right? So what we don't realize is that when you are, 5 years old, from 0 to 5, your brain's in theta. It's just absorbing that messaging, and it doesn't dawn on you until you're discontent with your life later, going, why don't I have that portfolio I want? Why am I not in the position financially that I want to be? And man, you got to dig back in that psychology. And I'm going to date myself because one of my mentors, he said, Mo, you've got to eject that cassette tape. Millennials would say CDs, right, or whatever, but I'm a little older, right? So eject that cassette tape, reprogram it with the right thinking that you want for your life. And that's what Dr. Matt was talking about a little bit, right? So I had to do that. I didn't come from money. I've got 8 minutes and 37 seconds. And I'm not talking about my product at all or what I came here. But what's important to know, guys, is the mindset is what matters to get you to where you want to be, right? And I didn't come from money, but I was really interested in it. And I wanted to learn how to get my money to make money for me. Anyone else interested in that? Hell yeah, you're in the right room then, right? So what is it that we do? And what is it that I want to chat about here? So the title is Compounding Effects of Owning Real Estate, right? But here's what I really want to get to, right here, right? Has anyone heard of the 5 ways that real estate pays you? Show of hands, 5 ways. You really know it, you understand it, you know the math. Math is money and money is fun, and you understand the math, how it works for you, right? I know Mercedes does, because how many properties do you have, girl? 87 properties. You may want to talk to this lady in the room. If you've only had 2 and you're wanting to know how to get more, talk to that lady right there, right? Use the network, leverage, borrow her experience. She'll help you. All right. So what many people I've realized is even just a conversation I had today, I was talking to Jared and Ben, 2 new clients, never bought a property before. And they're like, oh, we're really excited. We heard about this. It's going to be really great. We just want to buy a property. I'm like, well, why? What's your why? They're like, we just want the cash flow. I'm like, well, what else do you want? There's other ways that your real estate pays you. And I realized that many, many times when I talk to investors, now I've been involved in over 5,000 transactions. I've talked to tens of thousands of investors. We've got 750 investors with Spartan Invest. We're a turnkey operator, so we buy, renovate, tenant, and manage properties for our investors, and we help them wash, rinse, to repeat, build the portfolio to get to where they want to go. We do all the heavy lifting. Whereas Sarah, she said, hit the easy button. That's what we do, right? If you don't want to find it, fund it, renovate it, manage it, tenant it, that's who we are. That's what we do, okay, in the Southeast. But what I want to get to is why these 5 ways make you wealthy. And every time I take investors through the calculation, it's this simple rate of return, profit divided by equity. And you can do it for every single category that is listed up there. And because I am short on time, I'm just going to go straight to the chase, right, and just show you what is possible, and I'll come back to support my claims, right? But we're all looking for rate of return, aren't we? Right? Rate of return, we want our money to grow faster than inflation can erode its value, right? So your rate of return has to be higher than inflation. Inflation right now, who knows the number? Anyone? 3.1 or 3.2, something like that, whatever the Fed. Yeah, see, thank you for that, because that's the BS. The government, I don't believe what they print. Right, I take what they say and I double it, right? So my rate of return on my money has got to be higher than inflation can erode its value. Otherwise, I'm going broke slowly. I want my money to accelerate, so I've got to get this money to make money for me. Now, when you look at these numbers, 6.67% return just on the cash flow, 15% on appreciation, 5.7% on depreciation, 11.8% on inflation profiting, and then 3.7% on rate of return on principal reduction. Is that even believable? I hear a yes. Thank you. There's a man that's invested in real estate before. Does anyone doubt that that's actually even possible, rate of return when you invest in a single family rental property or any property? Right? Any doubters? Everyone's quiet. They're like, don't look at me. Okay, right? So if you look at the total rate of return, 42.8%, is that actually possible? And it is. right? I've been doing this for a long time. I coach a lot of investors on how to get their money to grow for them. So I'll go back a little bit. So I'll put a little proof behind this, right? So let's go. There's two things that I love picking up little nuggets of information. And I'm going to pass those little nuggets along to you because that's what we're here for, right? And so where's the go? Here we go. So one of my mentors, he said, Dave Stack, he said, look, Mo, he's like, if you want to win the money game, there's three things you need to do. And that's it. Put it on wash, rinse, and repeat. Number one, you have to buy assets that appreciate in value. Number two, they have to produce cash flow, generate cash flow on a monthly basis. And number three, they've got to reduce your tax liability. How simple is that? Why is that not in our educational system, right? We're here seeking it because it was probably planned to not be in there for a particular reason. They like employees, not entrepreneurs, business thinkers, business owners, entrepreneurs, real estate investors. Get the financial principles in the mind. Let's make it happen, apply it, and let's see what happens to your life. Despite the fear. You walk through the fear anyway. Do it anyway, right? Okay, so those are the three things you need to do. Wash, rinse, and repeat. Repeat after me. Invest in assets that reduce your tax liability and they generate cash. Thank you. Good listeners. Second point. Right? Barry Habib, I don't know if anyone knows him. I follow him religiously. Guy's a genius when it comes to data collection. 2/3 of your net worth is determined by the equity that you have in the hard assets that you own. If you want to be in the 1 to 5% range, 1 to 5% of the top wealth earners in the United States, and if you don't own real estate, how are you going to get there? Right? Here's why. It's how powerful appreciation is. Okay? You're looking at Case-Shiller, S&P, last 80 years of home price appreciation in the United States. Now, it's an average. Some markets do better than others, right? But when you take all 50 states, you average them together, and you look at what the home price appreciation values were. Okay, let me just take this last column. Actually, I'll point out see the light blue? Okay, we've got 0, 0, 0, -1, 0. Okay, I think I can handle that from not making my house is not making that much money. Where do we see the negative, right? From 2007 and 2011, is everyone old enough here to remember what happened during that time? I actually have some young people that are like, I don't know what happened. Okay, well, let me help you, okay? So we know what happened here. So that was consecutive years of home price devaluation. But if we take these 5 years out, and we look at the last 75 years, is real estate the champ when it comes to growing your money exponentially? Hell yeah, it is, right? And so even look at this last column, 5%. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 26, 30, 40, 59, 65%. If your money was in the market from 2014 to 2022 and it grew 65%, would you be happy? And that's just the appreciation piece. That's not even the cash flow piece. Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Like, it's so important. Real estate is the way to go to invest in your future and for your kids' future. I have 3 kids, so I gotta support them. They're expensive. Okay. All right. So I'll skip this one because I'm getting to the last part. So just to show you, really, honestly, this is the way to do it. Invest your capital in hard assets that are going to appreciate in value, reduce your tax liability, and produce cash flow. And if you don't believe me, 80 years of data I just showed you. Here's another graph that from Keeping Current Matters with Dave Childers. And, money in the market for 5 years, you got a 57% rate of return on your money just on the equity play. And if you keep it in for 30 years, you're looking at 297. These numbers look crazy, but they're real. Get your money in the game, get it working for you, and don't let fear stop you. I've got 32 seconds left. Okay, so I will end with this. We've always heard these cliches, right? But isn't there a little truth in cliches? And just a smidge sometimes, right? Ken Fisher, time in the market is better than timing the market, right? The longer you have your money in the market, the more you make. If you never get in and you sit on the sideline, I don't know why you're doing that, right? You're here for a reason, to learn something, to apply, to take action, to do something, and you are in a room full of people that you can leverage your skills and talents and time. And we're here to help you, so reach out. Thank you.